Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Into the Breach, where I think we've got a pretty okay start with this Iron Judoka team. I think that this can be a tough one. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this micro artillery. It's kind of similar to what we already have, but it's not entirely. And once you have the bonus tiles, it gives you some options you didn't have before. I don't know. It's fine, I guess. But stay focused here. What do we still need to do? 4 enemies die from enemy fire in a single battle. That is probably pretty doable, given that we juiced the hell out of the Vec hormones. So, where are we going next? You know, I wonder if the Plasmodia's little tentacle monsters count toward this goal. Either like, I'm sure it counts if one of them kills another enemy, but I wonder if it counts if they die to another enemy, because they're not real critters. We could probably do archive as well. I think I want to avoid RST, at least for the moment. Very pleased by the sort of lack of scorpions that we're seeing here, though. Let's try detritus. I think we can probably get some stuff done here. So we're actually we're doing super well on power. Block Vex spawns and protect the emergency batteries. I do like the position of those batteries. Take less than 3 grid damage. Can sometimes be tricky on this difficulty. Let's take this one. We can hopefully figure this out. Okay, so the Plasmodia is non-alpha. You only have 4 moves, so I feel like it would be a mistake not to play you up front. We're just going to have to deal with the fact that the Alpha Leaper is really fast and extremely annoying. It's my favorite Jonathan Safran Foer book, actually. Alright, yeah, this'll do. Don't love that. That's not a great start. Oh, cool. All right. Well, less than 3 grid damage, huh? So right now, this thing is garbage. I suppose there are specific situations where we might use it. Let's see. The only enemies that the Judo Mech can deal with right now are the Moth and the Spore. Less than 3 grid damage is really difficult. So, alright. If I move the Siege Mech to here, and we fire there, we do some damage to all these enemies, we get to block a spawn, which is cool. We do create an awkward problem here, though, where there are enemies in positions such that the Judo Mech cannot actually deal with the beetle. Or the, what do you call it? The bouncer. Right, everywhere that I would try to throw the bouncer, there's already something blocking the space. So I guess that means the Judo Mech is dealing with this. I guess I can use a repair push. We do have that to potentially move things around. I don't know what I want to do with you. I think this is a reasonable start, though. Gosh, our overall damage is really poor. Yeah, and sadly there is absolutely no way to get an enemy hit by any other enemy's fire at this moment. Oh, actually, that's hugely problematic. You have 5 move. So if I just accept the 1 damage here, we can get this kill. And then at least pull this thing to a position where it's not murdering one of my mechs. We take 1 grid damage, which isn't like so bad. We prevent the spawn. And that Plasmodia is very close to dead, which is also great news. Okay. So we can cause an enemy to kill another enemy here. I don't think... yeah, the siege mech can't save itself. But I guess it doesn't have to. Because we can do a gravity pull here, and then the siege mech can just do this thing. Yeah, it has the same effect. So I'm causing this to deal damage to that building, and I can't actually stop that from happening. But I can make this enemy kill that enemy, and then where it's 4 in the same battle, we're halfway there. Right. I forgot about the order of events there. I mean, it's fine. Wait, was it 3? Did I do 1 R? Okay, well, whatever. I'm not going to argue. Just gotta hook up a little bit more somehow. The extremely high number of enemies that we are facing here every round really sucks, though, and I hate it very much. Okay. So you have to get dealt with, and I mean, I can kill this thing completely trivially. The question is, no, I just don't think there is a way to make these enemies hit each other at all. Well, no, I guess that's not true. There is one. If I do that, and then I move you to here and pull this one down, that's one moth killing another moth. I need to come down here and throw this guy over, which I actually will cause another kill. Yeah, no, that's that's actually really good work. That'll do nicely. And you'll die before you get your turn, so you won't damage the building. A casual 14 damage. Okay, lots of good stuff here. Obviously, this thing is hurling itself into the ocean for no reason. Just kind of hates being alive, I guess. So obviously, this is pretty valuable. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to do that in any other way. Hooray! And then, like, I could do some maneuvers to make the moth kill this thing, but I also could just move because it's definitely going to handle the problem itself. Yeah, I think I just get out of the way. Well, probably like a little bit more into the middle of the map, though. Not perhaps the greatest planning of all time. Okay, well, achievements out of the way. Also, promotion. Well, and that's the only skill you have. Okay. Oh, the detritus contraption mission. 723 with armor. So I do wish that we had a little bit more health on Celestine's mech, and a thing that I'm thinking here is that we may want to like just do any other mission in the hopes of a drop pod landing so that we can buy the HP up on the siege mech, do the venting fields, and then probably reallocate that reactor's power to the micro artillery or something. Let's do this. Let's try to give ourselves the opportunity to find a reactor somewhere. I hate this group of enemies. This is very bad. Alright, trying to start reasonably outside the reach of the Leaper. It is an ugly, ugly group of enemies. There's no two ways about that. Okay, well... So obviously a siege mech shot here stops 2 of the attacks. The judo mech has very limited utility here, like extremely limited utility. I guess I can throw this moth. Yeah, it's not awful. So if I do this, we stop those attacks. We hurl the moth over, and it gets murdered. It doesn't actually get its attack off, sadly. Then I can't actually prevent this, but I can only kind of prevent that. Yeah. I can cause this thing to do 1 building damage instead of 2. I can't do anything about the 2 building damage this is doing. Well, I could cause it to be 1 instead of 2 as well, because I could move all the way into the corner and pull it into the building. It doesn't really matter. That was probably not the right way to do that turn. I hate you so much, Plasmodia. Okay, well, I think we can just have the judo mech repair in place and deal with all of this noise. Yep, that's pretty fantastic. I wonder, is there a way to make this like a little bit more compelling? I would love to actually do some damage to this thing, and I don't know how I would manage it. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I guess I guess here's how I would manage it. It's not as much as I would like, though. So then I could just run to here, and I could do my repair, and yeah, start doing a little bit of damage. Not controlling my spawns very well. Does the normal bouncers attack? Oh no, that's right. I was gonna be like, is that supposed to be doing 4 damage? But right, because we have the bonus enemy damage thing. Okay, well, this seems pretty good. I do at some point need to clear some of these acid vats. I guess I'll just do that now. The Vex should get a taste of the acid soon. I mean, sort of. It's going to take a minute at this rate. Okay, easy enough. I'll be taking the incredibly difficult tactical plan of just don't stand there. Alright, well now I want to go do a mission that's going to get us some power. And that'll buy us another moment to see if we can find a reactor. Disposal vault? Yeah, probably disposal vault. God. If a Plasmodia gets to live throughout the battle, it creates so many problems. You really just don't have time to mess with them a huge amount of the time, though. Geez, where are you gonna go? I guess here, and then you can be like here. I didn't want to put the judo mech here because if either of the leapers jumped into the obvious spot and webbed, I can't safely throw them over because they'd be attacking the building then. So I'm just trying to think ahead a little bit here. Okay, I mean, good news here that the spore doesn't actually get to attack this turn. What is the right way to do this? So we have 3 attacks on buildings occurring. And 3 relatively easy clears. I'm trying to figure out, like, what do I think is the best way of dealing with these? None of it's very exciting, I'll say that. I don't think I can really take advantage of any, like, fancy stuff here. So I can't use the judo mech to deal the 1 damage here, and I really should deal the 1 damage there. So the judo mech's gonna throw this one over, probably. And that means between you two, we have to figure out the other thing. So obviously what I want to do with the gravity mech is this, which means that the siege mech has a little bit of a harder time. Maybe we swap those responsibilities. Right, this goes like this, and then... pull you in so you get backed into this. Like, this hit obviously is totally fine. Even with the boost, it's only a single point of damage through the armor. That's annoying because that's going to be aimed at the power plant. I really do hate the fact that once the spores don't lose their they don't die if they don't actually attack. That really needs to not work that way for, you know, my own safety. So like this attack's unavoidable. Actually, we are going to lose a power plant. Yeah, I think it's actually unavoidable. There's too damn many enemies attacking the power plants. They were able to muster 4 attacks on the power plant and 1 attack on something else. And there's just nothing we can do about that. It's easy enough to block, like, this thing and also get work done on saving the power. But the fact that Harold has to be adjacent to things in order to attack them really limits our options here, and this moth is also a huge problem. If I'm willing to lose my siege mech, we still actually can't do it because the gravity mech can't stop this moth. Nobody can stop this moth from attacking except for the siege mech. What I was thinking is we could have the siege mech stand here, fire there, just eat the 3 damage and die. But push this thing out of the way, and yeah, but actually the only way to stop this moth attack is with this mech's ability. So what's the order of attacks? Yeah, of course you're earlier. So I can't change this attack to disable you because you act before the moth does. It's easy enough for like the gravity mech to kill this thing, or to disable this attack, but like there's simply no way to deal with everything. We just lose. Okay, so that being the case, we just ignore this power plant entirely, right? This gives us an opportunity to focus on things in a little bit of a different way. Man, are there any good moves on this turn? Using the judo on you doesn't actually help. I guess the move can be like this. You can block this shot while playing this one onto a spawn blocker. Just nuke that, and then, yeah, I think that's the best we can do. That really sucks. We needed that power. Yeah, this is terrible. Every single turn, there's a situation that we just can't correct. This island is spiraling very badly. We're going to come out of a mission with 4 power in the rewards, with less power than we went into it with. I don't even think I can kill this thing. Well, you can get a kill here at least. Yeah, the Plasmodia, a lot of the time, it's very difficult to stop it. Okay. Rosy Rivets with +1 reactor is actually an extremely welcome find. And then like that other +1, that other reactor does go in here, I think. We pick this thing up. It gives us a little bit more of an ability to distribute pushes. And then we get to do either the reclamation zone or the venting fields. And if we do the venting fields, we're not going to have any power. There's a version of this where we come out with a decent amount of power. I really want the reactor, but the reactor won't matter if we lose the game. This is really annoying. Too damn many alpha bugs. Okay, that's good news at least. Wow, they really don't want that thing to survive. Okay, I love this thing. Fuck this guy. Okay, you can just move out of the web, which is very funny. I'm a little leery of this being the move, though. Just because I worry about where that unit ends up in the long run. So what I might do is free the civilian truck so it can run this way. So obviously I want to... push the Alpha Leaper this way. I want to let most of the rest of this happen. And I just can't do anything about the moth. Yeah. I can do this, though. Just spike them with a little bit more damage. It's a shame that's timed the way it is. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. The enemies weren't actually hitting each other with direct damage very much after that. Well, So obviously this is not a real problem. That's not going to work the way we want it to because you're going to slide out of the way, but that's fine. I don't think it much matters the way that we deal with the Leaper. I suppose there's a version of this where I like get the moth to kill it, right? We drive the civilian trucks back out of the way. And you know what? That's going to do 2 damage to it. Yeah, it actually doesn't matter how I do this. This, on the other hand, matters a great deal. I feel very strongly about that. Okay, so just a casual 5 enemies up. Oh wow, 3 normals. Okay, well, first of all, I think that's very strong, and that's gonna have this guy block spawn for us, which I love. There's no way for the gravity mech to deal with this guy. Yeah, that's a shame. Because I really do want to throw this moth to here so that it will actually be able to hit the alpha moth. As things are right now, you know, they're going to do their classic moth dance of evasion. I do so hate to have a really large number of enemies alive on low health. Feels like I've been inefficient. Okay, I appreciate the enemy not actually trying to do any work here, though. Oops, what am I doing? Sorry, I want to go here. There we go. Finish the job. So you're gonna end up back there. Put yourself here so that the thing dashes itself against you. Yeah, that works. Hooray, XP for everybody else. Yeah, 5 power. That's it's a bit of a grim outcome. Alright, so the Scion Abomination. Bonus HP and health regen. And explosives. I think that's it. Yeah. And 2 of these things are flying, so they can't even be hurled in the water. However, there's a lot of acid around. And the Plasmodia is only normal. So hope is a strong word, but I think we could probably do something. We can probably get something accomplished here. Okay. As ever, order of operations is whatever it has to be to make any good plan impossible. It is easy enough to solve some of these problems. But I do think we're going to have to let some of this stuff go. Alright, well, I'll tell you what. My very first thought is that this is really nice. But it's not the largest damage savings, is it? Once again, managed to put the this one in a position where I can't do anything of value at all. Both of the moths can be thrown from exactly one square by the judo mech, and doing so just causes them to attack a different building. So yeah, it's gonna have to be the repair push. And I mean, like, a repair push here is not a terrible thing. Right, we get some pretty good enemies on enemies damage there. So what I want to do is push this thing to here, and then we can use the gravity mech to pull this moth to here. That doesn't... It still deals damage if I do that, which is why I'm kind of hesitating and trying to figure out if I think there's another way. But I don't believe that there is, with the way, like, the way all the enemies have positioned themselves with one tile gaps between them and everything. Yeah, yeah. All right, well. It prevents one damage. And getting the Scion down immediately is actually really nice, because that explosion can be a huge pain. Okay. So who do I have to deal with? You're only doing 1 damage. So there's a bunch of ways of dealing with this guy, right? We can just have the gravity mech stand here, pull you over. That solves 2 of the attacks right there. Then we still have these 2 moths who... Well, actually, just this moth. Sorry, it's these 2 moths are the ones that are potentially problems. I mean, this is pretty great, right? Yeah, the question is just like, if we do things that way, what does the judo mech get accomplished? And the answer is nothing. Maybe what we do instead is have the judo mech push the alpha leaper from this side, The alpha moth can do some damage to it, and that's like whatever. And then we can have it's actually pretty difficult to come up with a compelling solution to all of this stuff at the same time. And I really don't want to take any more damage, especially since I know that we are not getting a perfect island. Alright. We have very few ways of dealing with this moth, actually. But we can maybe fix that. So if I, like, pull this thing out, ah, shit, this doesn't work. What I wanted to do was like this. But it breaks down because the moth's attack pushes. So the moth would hit the mech for 1 damage, shoving it into the building. It doesn't actually save any, well, anything at all, actually. Is there a better... Let me reset. It feels like I should be able to do this, but there are so many limitations on who can interact with what because of the way the things on this map are positioned. Like, the Judo mech can really only interact with a very small number of the pieces of this puzzle. Okay, how much health do you have? 100 million. Cool. What if we have Abe come up here, pull this thing up? We have just enough movement for that. Judo mech goes 1, 2, 3, 4, flips this guy over, which does make him do damage to a building, but also has him killing this. And then the siege mech can deal with at most one of our other problems. So we're still taking a point of building damage. We're taking 2 points of building damage. But it does kill the Plasmodia. Right, so I either stop this guy or that guy. Cannot do both. Yeah, bummer. I'm choosing to rescue this building on the side because I think it will be awkward for the enemies to target it again. Whereas this building is going to be vulnerable every turn no matter what. Okay, well this island's gone fucking terribly. So the judoka can just kill this one. But I guess the good way to get this kill... Well, never mind. This thing will move. It's actually very awkward. So, like, we can stop the building damage quite easily this turn, but we have to do so much better than that in order to not lose. Because there really are a lot of enemies. And they all have so much HP. Alright. We drop this here, killing those two. Or killing that one. This thing won't actually have its collision because this moth's going to move backwards first. That's a shame. Alright. Trying my level best here to get some damage, some acid. I need these things to be killable, you know? Okay. So this is the only one that's attacking a building at all, then. Well, no, this one essentially is as well. So it's safe enough to just pull you up. Yeah, I don't think it really matters how we do this. Pull you up so you're not attacking anything of value. All right. Technically alive, technically accomplishing my goals. Yeah, what a really rough island. You know, that's not bad. So, okay, we're going to leave this pilot with them. I don't really want to buy power, but I think we may have to buy power to be safe. I don't think nanofilter mending is going to be very good. I don't like auto shields. But the frost beam is interesting. The other thing we could do is just buy 2 reactor cores and 4 bars of power. Yeah, this doesn't have to be on the science mech. So we could give the science mech the ability to freeze stuff. We've seen a lot of utility in that so far. And the question is, do we just repower the grid? Because, like, I'm putting myself in a position, if I don't put any power into the grid, I'm putting myself in a position where I would have to perfect the first mission of the next island. And that may be feasible. but we don't know if it's feasible. I think I have to do this, and then once I've spent at least one star here, it only makes sense to spend the rest of the stars, because I'm not going to buy another module. We are maxed out on modules. Alright, so we're going to power the frost beam. We're going to power its other use as well. You get the passive. And I kind of think I want to... I'm torn between installing this on Rosie, turning off the double health, or turning off the extra health and taking the micro artillery upgrade, or putting it on Harold and just upping the damage on the Vec hormones by 1. Both of which I think are like pretty reasonable. I do think it's difficult to tell which one's going to be more immediately. Yeah, we're definitely doing some guesswork here. Okay, well, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and call it there for today. Thank you all so much for watching. We got our achievement. So what I'm saying is we could just bail on them. No, I don't honestly know if I think that we want to end this yet. Obviously, we could do a little bit of powering up. We could do with a lot of powering up. But I am worried that we are just going to fall further behind. And maybe just trying to call it and get out now would be the right plan? I don't know. I'm going to think about that. And when you come back next time tomorrow, presumably I will have made a decision. And we'll see you then.